Welcome to Juice and Java, Syracuse University's only morning talk show. I'm Marisa Palmer.
I'm Eliza Lennon.
And I'm Caroline Strange. The weather is finally warmed up enough that we can go outside, nice spring clothes. The sunshine's been out, so I've had to make sure I have my sunglasses with me at all times.
It's around like 60 degrees today, which is, I mean, we have seen 40 degrees for the past like 3 weeks.
And tank top weather, to be honest.
On the quad. Yeah. I already know it.
Yes.
Hopefully it stays warm enough for Mayfest and Block Party because I don't want to be running around with a sweater or jeans.
And you never know, it could snow like it did freshman year, was it, when it snowed?
I think it
during
was.
Mayfest?
But people were still out with high-waisted shorts
yes,
and
they
Coachella
were.
like crop tops.
Yes.
So it doesn't stop Syracuse students.
It's our version of Coachella where we have, festival outside, we get it all dressed up and everybody hangs out in Walnut Park now.
Yeah. And like also 50 Cent will be our main performer for Block Party.
What do you guys think about that? Are you excited?
It's a middle school throwback.
I mean, I probably won't end up going just because
I already have my ticket.
Do you really? You can't return it now.
Hey, everyone knows so many songs by him, that they don't even realize because of middle school dances.
And I feel like we can even list the titles because they're
God,
so explicit.
Yes.
So. But they are danceable songs.
Definitely.
I do enjoy him for bringing back my past,
Yes, 100%. And it'll be fun.
You can reminisce a little bit.
Definitely.
Yeah. So you get ready to graduate.
Oh my God,
so
Caroline, why do you have to bring that
soon.
up?
Too
It's
soon.
too soon. It's only, 27 days left?
We have plenty of time.
So much time.
Do you have a countdown?
I do on my calendar. It's depressing, and there's like a sad face next to it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I can't believe.
Just draw it out as long as possible.
Yeah, we started with Juice and Java. That's kind of what we began with when we came to Citrus.
We did.
It's upsetting. It is sad.
But you get to talk to LaNia, so that's exciting today.
I do. Weather by LaNia. I'm really excited. I think that's the only reason why I watched the Syracuse University Snapchat story.
Yes. Have you ever ran into her? I ran into her on the quad the other day.
Did you really? Was she as fabulous in person as she was?
A little bit. She was rushing by, and I was doing something, so I didn't really get to talk to her. But she had her signature sweater on.
Oh. You just recognize her now. Everyone can pick her out.
And do you have any plans for the summer yet?
I actually did just get a job offer.
That's exciting.
Yeah, I'm going to be producing, hopefully. I don't know where yet, but it's coming around the corner. It's like an actual job. It's crazy. So weird. What about you? Have you gotten any?
I don't know about jobs yet, but I know that I will be taking a vacation to Las Vegas / Grand Canyon at the end of May and into June, so that'll be fun. A little break before starting the real world.
That's exciting. And I'm going to be back on campus for the second half of the summer, but some of our Juice and Java reporters went around campus to ask other students what they're doing this summer. Take a look.
The semester is finishing up and summer is coming. We ask students where they're going and what their plans are.
So this summer I have an internship at Roscoe Laboratories in Stamford, Connecticut, which is where I live. It's in the film industry. The company, they make lighting products and dance floors and curtains and paints all for Broadway and theatrical productions. So I'll be working there in the marketing department starting in May. And then I will be going to Vermont on the weekends to hike and do outdoorsy things.
I plan to go back home in Philadelphia and just relax for a little bit of the summer. Then I plan on going to this summer mentor program, and it's basically it's a pre-medical program. It's called SMDEP, and that's pretty much it. All I'm going to do for summer.
I guess I'll be, if I don't end up getting anything, I'll be back home on my dirt roads with some crawfish sitting in the river.
I'm actually living at home. I got a job at a pediatrician's office doing nutrition. So I'm saving up for an internship I have starting in the fall.
I have a house off campus, so I'm just going to be here for the summer. I'm going to be tour guiding as well, which is awesome. And I'm taking courses online through a community college to get those done. Yeah, that's it.
I will visit my friend's place and stay for around 1-2 months, and then we travel around.
Okay, well, I have a couple of options this summer, so I'm either going to go abroad again with the Perry Noir program, or I'm going to be interning, so either one. One of the two, I'll be pretty busy.
I'm going on a cruise for my parents' 30th anniversary, so we're going to Caribbean, Barbados and Aruba and all that really fun stuff. I'm working with my mom, hanging out with friends, catching up on a lot of stuff, yeah.
So a giant slip and slide is coming to Syracuse in August. It's like making different tours around like different cities in the U.S. Yeah, so I'm going to take advantage of that.
I'm pretty excited. It's been a long semester, so I'm ready to go home.
It will be good, but I will be sad to leave, I guess. Yeah.
I'm excited to start life, but I'm going to miss Syracuse a lot.
Welcome back to Juice and Java. I'm here with Lauren Renz, who is a freshman advertising major here at Syracuse and already has a book published. So welcome.
Thank you for having me.
And what is the title of your book?
It's called Kick It.
Okay, and can you just give us a little brief summary? I know that's difficult to summarize an entire book, but something, a little bit of what it's about.
Of course. So it starts off with Avery Framer, and that's the main character of the book. And Avery and her friends are enjoying their junior year of high school. She has some upperclassmen friends as well. And it starts off with a humorous beginning when Avery's friends knock over a series of porta potties with some of the girls on their soccer team while they're in the porta potties themselves. And that creates a whole fiasco. So it starts off very humorously. And then things shift when a few of Avery's close friends and soccer mates are involved in a car accident.
Okay.
So then Avery has to battle with feelings that she's never experienced before, and it really tears the team apart. And you follow Avery and her friends as they work with these new feelings that they've never felt before and kind of build upon that because they're really forced into a new experience. And at the end of the day, their coach actually has them self-coach themselves to try and rekindle what they had before and create some type of bond between them. And actually takes a turn for the better, and the team starts doing really well, and it's kind of revolutionary because they did really poorly, and all eyes are on them as they kind of transcend into a revolutionary journey.
Awesome. So you said you started this when you were still in high school.
Yeah.
You wrote it entirely when you were still in high school, did you? Okay, and it was published in August, you said?
Yeah.
So how did you balance that with writing a book and applying for colleges and finishing school?
Yeah, it was nuts. I really, I sacrificed a lot. The biggest thing for me was committing full throttle to this project of mine, and I wouldn't have been able to do it if I wasn't so passionate about it. And there was never a day that I wasn't thinking about it, thinking how I can make this story better or what edits I can make going forward. I rarely ate dinner with my parents. I would just kind of run upstairs and work on it. Yeah, because I was a triathlete. I don't know.
Okay.
So I played three sports all throughout high school, and then I skipped playing for my skiing for my ski team, and that was kind of a window of time that I really dove into the book. And then I was the crew captain in the spring, so that was such a
lot
time. Yeah, it was so timely, so time costly. So I don't know, I was very passionate about it. So
how'd you come up with this idea? How long did it take you to kind of form what you were going to write about and then start the process?
Well, my soccer team, I played soccer all 3 years of high school, did very poorly my junior year of high school, and then my senior year, we won everything. We won states, we won our conference division.
That's awesome.
So I kind of wanted to play upon that. I was like, guys, this is actually very, very cool what we've done. We did come together as Avery's team does in the book. And so I was like, there's the story here. And then I wove into the story other elements that would make it more interesting.
Yeah. So are you planning on writing more books in the future is the question.
For sure. I've submitted Kick It to a bunch of different agents.
Awesome.
Now, I should have done that before. I just was enjoying college too much to really think about it. But yeah, I hope to be picked up by one of them.
Do you have some more ideas forming right now too?
Yeah, I love to write. I've been writing since I was 4. As soon as I could pick up a pencil, I was writing. I have a lot of other ideas, and I want to carry Avery into college and develop that idea.
Stay with the same characters. That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Thank you
for
having
me. And good luck with your future books.
Oh, thank you.
And we'll be right back with more Juice and Java.
They told me a bottle couldn't dream, that I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly. just to come back in a new disguise and be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
Welcome back to Juice and Java. I'm here with LaNia Roberts.
Hello.
Who is the fabulous Weather by LaNia on our Campus Stories Snapchat story. And she's really been a sensation on campus. People know her from afar. She brightens everyone's day. So I want to ask, how did you get into this whole Snapchat story thing?
Snapchat story or Snapchat campus story?
Well, I guess you said you started with Snapchat story, like you always send Snapchat stories and stuff. So how did you go from Snapchat story to the campus story thing?
Well, I've been having a Snapchat since November, and so around that time, and ever since then, I've been doing the weather reports and life lessons by LaNia, all the rest of the by LaNias, like sweaters by LaNia, all that different kind of stuff. That's been, later on in Snapchat world, or at least my Snapchat world. But anyways, I started that, and I can remember when they first brought the campus story onto the campus.
Right.
And I remember I was just like, oh, I would love to get on it. I would love to get on it. And all the snaps were about finals week and people procrastinating and things like that. And then I had this little bitty Snapchat that was about me eating a piece of a Kit Kat really slow. I was just like, when you what did I say, shoot? I was like, when you eat a cookie, you get one cookie, so you eat it real slow because it's so good. Nah, I'm not guilty of that. I take this one little bite, and it's it was funny. And it got on the campus story. And I remember seeing the numbers go up. I was just like, it got 50 views. I was like, it got 100 views. I was like, it got 1,000 views. Oh my God. And I was going crazy. I was so excited.
Did you realize you were going to be so popular? This was just something that you wanted to do, right?
No, I submitted I remember when my weather report first got on the Syracuse campus story, which was when it came back for good. Right before spring break. Yes. And I remember I looked at, I was just like, they chose my weather report? Really? I didn't even think that they would choose that one. And they just kept choosing them every day. I remember the first one I did that got on, I remember I told everyone, I was just like, yeah, it's very gloomy. It was a very gloomy day. It's it's a very gloomy day outside, really cold, but remember to keep your smiles on your face, or something like that.
Do.
And it got on the campus story. Thank you, I appreciate that. It got on the campus story, and people were posting on Yik Yak and stuff. I love LaNia's weather reports. I wish I could see them every morning, different things like that. And that was really awesome to hear.
I feel like when people look at those campus stories, they see the crazy kids jumping in snow or doing weird things. And then yours is such a staple that when they see it, people are just brightened. We were talking about earlier today, when we see your Snapchat stories, it just brightens your entire day.
That means so much to me. You don't even understand. My goal is to just spread. I listened to this song by this musician called Dale. It's called Pass It On. And I listen to it on the mornings where I'm feeling pretty good, but maybe not that good, needing that extra jump. And I listened to this song, and he was just it just talks about passing on those good vibes, those good feelings. Don't keep them all to yourself. Don't keep those smiles, only to yourself. Pass it on, pass it on to the next person, so they can maybe pass it on to that next person. We don't even realize how much of an influence we have on the entire world, just one single person. Because I affect someone, that person affects these people, and those people affect many people.
Effect.
And by the end of the day, you've already affected the whole entire world.
So many people. That's
goodness gracious.
That's a beautiful mentality to go by day.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Why did you decide to do the weather and the daily life boost? Why those topics?
The daily life boost? Oh, I get it.
After you do your weather, you're and have a good day, or keep smiling, that kind of stuff.
Well, the story on how my weather report started, I walked right outside my dorm. And it was a beautiful day outside, just, you know, kind of just like this day.
Yeah.
Beautiful day, lightly windy. You know, it was just perfect, And I get out, I was just like, oh my God, I gotta snap about this. So I get my phone, I was just like, you guys, it is a beautiful day outside. Oh my God, I'm just gonna be smiling all day long. And then I put my phone away, and it was like back in November. Like I said, I started Snapchat in November.
Yeah.
It was back in November, so we were just like starting to get those cold winds and stuff from Syracuse.
Yeah.
And I'm from Kentucky, Louisville, Kentucky.
So you're used to warm weather.
Yeah. At least I'm used to cold weather too when it comes to the winter. We get like, you know, a few inches of snow every year.
Oh, my God.
But other than that, listen, I'm not used to this. Let's just say that. I'm not used to this. And so it's definitely different. So I'm walking, you know, I got a smile on my face, you know, I'm ready. I'm just, you know, ready for the day, just to attack the day. Girl, I feel those first winds. It changed my whole mood up. I was just like, I did a complete turnaround, 360. And I was just like, good Lord Almighty. I was just like, what is this? So I'm walking to one of my classes. My hair is blowing in the wind. I'm just like shivering and stuff, you know, walking down the sidewalk. And I was just like, I just gave everyone a false interpretation of what is actually out here.
Yeah.
You know, I'm giving people a false interpretation of this. I was just like, oh no, I got to put my phone out one more time. I got to tell them how it is. And so I get my phone out and the wind's blowing, just like, F this. I don't like this no more. I was just kidding, you know, something like that. And
then you submitted that through the Snapchat story, the campus story.
No, this was before. No, girl, listen, the campus story never influenced anything that I do on Snapchat. It has not influenced in one bit. Like, I just do what I want to do, you know? And people seem to like that.
They do. Thank you so much.
Oh, no, thank you.
For coming on.
No, thank you. Thank you for inviting me here.
Yeah, you're a really beautiful soul.
Oh, you are. What are you talking about? But thank you.
Thank you. Coming up next, Eliza and I went to Westcott to check out this new juice bar, so stay tuned.
Effective, affordable, and efficient are the words Teresa Grosso used to describe the idea behind the products associated with Koinonia Juice Bar.
Once somebody gets up the courage to try it, they actually feel the difference. And we tend to go back to what feels good. And juicing is something to really easily feel the positive results from.
The organic juice bar aims to support a whole picture of wellness for its customers. Grosso says health isn't just about nutrition, but about your entire lifestyle. Once people begin to have a closer relationship with their bodies, they can feel a difference.
Becoming more aware that we can be healthier than what our cultural norm states is normal health. So people are coming to this out of need.
Each product offered at Koinonia was hand-picked by Grosso. She has even taken the time to personally visit the places she buys them from, and still uses many of the products in her own home.
It's a reflection of my lifestyle, my own home kitchen. I was very ill as a child, in the hospital a lot, so I was very active already. This is what actually helped me stay out of the hospital.
Koinonia is also associated with a center of health and athletic club. Grosso says Koinonia wants its customers to feel like an extended family.
We tailor our service. We're open to hearing what people's needs are and try to work with them. We want to help them find what their next step is. It's not about them coming in and us saying this is the diet to have or this is the treatment to have. Everybody's journey is very unique.
Koinonia also caters events, does home visits, and hosts educational events.
I'd like to know what people's needs are and how we can help them.
Eliza, Lennon, and Marisa Palmer reporting for Juice and Java.
So who's going to do what?
I'll pack the dead batteries.
Great.
I'll only put what I don't need into a duffel bag.
Perfect. That's totally unhelpful.
No problem.
Meanwhile, I will try to comfort everyone by speaking in a calm voice. And who is going to handle supplies?
I can forget to do a list for us.
Thanks, pal.
We couldn't be any less prepared. I'm proud of you guys.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
Welcome back to Juice and Java. I'm joined now by James Yu, one of the co-founders of the band Baskets. Thank you for joining me today.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Can you tell me a little bit how you got started and why you named yourselves Baskets?
Yeah, so Baskets got started in our dorm. So I lived in BBB freshman year. I lived on Arts Adventure Learning Community floor. So I had a couple friends on the floor and we'd play music together. And we played music all the time, so we would even do laundry together. And we didn't want to go back up the stairs, so we played in around the laundry room just to hang out. And then one time we had a show and we had to come up with a name, so we were just thinking about laundry and I came up with Baskets. So.
How many performances have you guys been able to do? Do you get out within the community or do you mostly perform on campus?
Yeah, I can't count honestly how many performances we've had, but we don't just do it on campus. We go around in the city and stuff. We played at the Westcott Theater. And so places like that.
And how do you think that went? Were you well received by some of the people around Syracuse?
Yeah, I mean, people came up and they were like, "Yeah, it was awesome." So it's nice to hear that. So.
Where are some of the places that we can check out your music?
SoundCloud. So everything on social media you can find at Baskets Music, just Baskets Music, and then that's just our handle. So.
And are you guys in a music program, or do you just do this for fun?
No, I'm a policy studies major, so yeah, just for fun.
Kind of out there.
Yeah, no, I've been playing music for a while, so yeah.
And what's your next step from here?
That's a loaded question. I mean, we have a song coming out next week. We've been working really hard on that one, so we're looking forward to that. I think we're trying to record an album. And then from then, we'll just see where it goes. I mean, a lot of it has kind of just been go with the flow, so I think we're going to keep it.
And you have your own EP out as well,
yeah,
right? How do you go record that? Do you do it somewhere on campus, or do you go somewhere to record?
Yeah, so we're signed to Marshall Street Records, and they do recording for us, so yeah.
And what's your EP like? How would you classify your music?
The EP is pretty indie alternative, even though our music's more kind of experimental folky, but just for the sake of that EP, it's more indie alternative, yeah.
All right, well, thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah.
Up next, we're gonna have a performance by their band.
Cool. Lies beneath our city's gates, abandoned in surprise. Between the lines, how's the taste of dim escape? Is it sweeter than honey? Is the rapid work of steam? Many
Hart, what's going on? I'm leaving. Why? What did I do? Not enough. The pressure's too much. I quit. I get it. I can do better. Just please don't leave.
Don't let your heart quit on you. Get your uncontrolled high blood pressure to a healthy range before it's too late.
Welcome back to Juice and Java. I'm joined by our Out and About reporter, Abby Isaacs. Thank you for coming in today.
Thank you.
And you covered the Wishmakers Wish Week this past week and a little bit about the color run. Can you tell us some of the events that they were able to do?
Yeah, so this last week was their Wish Week that they do once a year. So they had a fundraiser with Yogurtland. They had a fundraiser with Recess Coffee, which is down by Westcott. They had they sold like bleached gear for tailgates at Life Sciences, which I thought was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then the culminating event was the color run over the weekend, so it was great.
Did you get to actually run in there, or were you just on the sidelines?
I didn't run, but it looked like a lot of fun. There's definitely like a technique to the run. Everyone had like bandanas that they would pull over their mouth and nose when they were actually running through the colors, so they didn't like get it in their face.
That's smart, 'cause
yeah.
I feel like I wouldn't even think about that at first. I would just like accidentally get it in my face the first time.
Yeah, and then you would be like dying the rest of the run. So I thought it was really smart.
Mm-hmm.
It was a little chilly, so they said their turnout wasn't exactly what they had hoped for, but this was their first color run sponsored through the Wishmakers.
Mm-hmm.
So they said in years to come they hope to really build it up and have better weather.
And how long have they been on campus doing these events?
3 years. So this was the third year of the Wish Week, and then this was the first year of the actual color run at the end
And
of
is
the
it
week.
always at the same time of the year? Is it always like the same week? Could they
Yeah.
push it back maybe so it's a little bit warmer next year when they do the run?
Yeah, that's what they're kind of hoping to have, warmer weather. It's been pretty warm, but this in April is kind of like in limbo where it could either be really cold one weekend or warm the next.
Mhm.
So
it'll snow on one Saturday and then come back and be super sunny the next day.
And they're still trying to figure out really how to organize a run like that. Because this was their first year, so when they want to make it more large scale, they have to figure out how early they have to submit all the paperwork and the budget. So it's really a learning process for them, especially also adjusting to weather. And they got their budget in late, so that could have also had to do with the weekend that they ended up picking for the color run. So hopefully they'll get more organized.
Do they give out T-shirts or anything? What are some of the things, and where does all the money for this go? I know they're partnering with Make-A-Wish now.
Yeah, so all of the money goes to Make-A-Wish of Central New York. They did give out shirts. They were really cute. They had like a dandelion blowing in the wind. And they also gave out water for the runners and stuff. It was actually a pretty quick event too. It went from 11 to around 11:45.
Oh, wow.
And if you're a more like faster runner, then you ended quicker. They just did like a 5K run around campus, following like the Monday Mile signs.
Okay, that's perfect then.
Yeah, so it was like really easy setup, and they had 2 different color stations where they would get color thrown on them. So it looked like a really fun event. It was well organized, especially for the amount of volunteers they had. They only had about like 12 to 15, so they really wanted to expand and become a much bigger event.
I don't even know if I would know how to put together a run, but it's awesome that they were able to do it, and it's their first year. Now we're going to take a look at what Abby Isaacs saw at the color run, so stay with us.
Lots of students participated in a colorful event last weekend. The Wishmakers hosted a color run as the last event for their annual Wish Week.
It's a week-long event that we have that every day there's a different event in support of Make-A-Wish Foundation of Central New York.
One of the people behind the week was sophomore Brittany Blad, the vice president of Wishmakers. She said that overall the week was more successful than last year, and every year it grows.
Hopefully we'll have more people come out next year. We're a new club. It's our 3rd or 4th year, so we don't have a lot of awareness on campus that we're here, but obviously Make-A-Wish is a foundation that most people know. So hopefully next year there'll be more people, and then the year after that more and more people will know about us and volunteer and come out to support us.
Participants took 3 laps around campus following the Monday Mile Loop, which starts at the Shine Student Center, then goes down to Life Sciences, over to the Dome, and then back to the starting point. There were also 2 color stations where volunteers threw colored powder on the runners.
Of course, Otto made an appearance, and even some passersby got in on the fun. Freshman Nina Pettinella also participated in the color run. She said it was her first, so she didn't know exactly what to expect, but she had a lot of fun.
I've always wanted to do one of the big ones, but then I figured why not start small, so it was a good cause.
Some of the more experienced color runners had bandanas to cover their faces when running through the powder, but Nina had a different method.
I closed my eyes so it didn't get in them, but yeah, it's a lot of fun though.
Brittany said she loves volunteering for Make-A-Wish and thinks it's important to help out in any way she can.
So a lot of people when they go to college are very excited for their first weekend of parties or meeting their roommate, and I just wanted to go to the involvement fair so badly. It was like starred on my calendar, and I don't know, I think being involved in the place that you're in is very important, and it becomes a home and becomes a community once you're involved and once you're fully immersed in the community.
If you would like to get involved with the Wishmakers, you can email them at suwishmakers@gmail.com. Reporting from Syracuse University, Abby Isaacs, CitrusTV News.
Welcome back to Juice and Java. We had a really, really great show today. A lot of cool guests came on.
Definitely.
A lot of student leaders and like cool people on campus.
And we got to check out the new juice bar over on Westcott Street, which was a lot of fun to see.
Nice and hipstery, great juices.
And as it gets a little bit warmer outside, that's a perfect little treat to drink in the sun, you know, sit on the quad.
Westcott always has a really hipster vibe. Some of the musicians that they bring in for the Westcott Theater, and I feel like it's the perfect place for it right there.
Definitely.
Very and it's close to campus too for the students.
Exactly. End of the year, and it's just a nice little thing to do.
And as the weather's warming up, walk your parents down there when they come for graduation.
Definitely.
I feel like they took a really long time for that commencement speaker, though. It seemed to be
still
announced
haven't
really
announced
late.
it.
Oh no! I mean, rumors are saying it could be Jimmy Fallon, which
I would be very excited about.
I would be so ecstatic. But these are rumors now.
Yeah. But I've heard it from a lot of people.
Me too. Whoever started that rumor.
I know. We have no idea who started it, but we hope it's true.
Hopefully, yeah. I mean, how exciting would that be? I would have to try to get out of RA-related things to try to sneak in there, but it'd be really exciting to go see.
It would be so exciting. And he mentions Syracuse University on his show often.
He does.
He loves us.
He does.
So,
I didn't know. My mom was like, oh, maybe did he graduate from Syracuse University? I was like, no. He's just like really infatuated with us.
Yeah.
And didn't you say Aaron Sorkin did the commencement speak a few years ago?
3 years ago or
and
something?
Did he graduate?
I don't think so. I feel like Syracuse University likes bringing people that are not even affiliated with the school, but they're cool. So
Bob Costas didn't even graduate from here.
He went here for a little bit, though.
Yeah,
same with
a couple
Aaron
of
Sorkin,
years.
and then he dropped out.
All of the famous people seem to have dropped out, so maybe we should have taken that path.
What are we doing, Eliza? We're seniors.
We're in too deep.
You just leave, don't graduate.
Unless Jimmy Fallon is the graduation speaker.
And then
I
definitely.
wanna
Oh yeah, for sure. Only if Jimmy Fallon, though.
Yes, definitely.
It's crazy. It's already the end of the year, and this is our last Juice and Java show.
It is.
It's so depressing. This is where we started with Juice and Java.
I know. It's a little bit upsetting, but
don't cry.
I know.
I know you want to, but don't cry.
If you start crying, I'm going to start crying, and it's just going to be a mess.
We will not be pretty hosts.
No.
Well, thank you so much for tuning in for Juice and Java. If you want to see the full show, you can check us out on Pinterest, on Facebook, on Twitter. We're on all the social media networks. You can also watch us on OTN. Thank you so much for joining us. Once again, I'm Marisa Palmer.
I'm Eliza Lennon.
And I'm Caroline Strange. Have a great day.